In the mists of 16th century England, a silent pursuit began. Beavers, once abundant across these lands, became the target of man's hunger for fur, flesh, and fragrant oil. These wetlands, once sculpted by the beaver's dam and channel, were living mosaics of biodiversity. Their presence shaped the land, their absence would scar it. But one by one they disappeared. The echo of their splash faded from the rivers, and with it a quiet collapse began beneath the surface. By the end of the century, the beaver was gone from England, erased not by time but by intent. In March of 2025, North American beavers were released into Dorset, marking a controversial return of the species to English soil after more than 4 centuries. They are powerful engineers and their tools are simple. A single beaver can fell a tree in hours, reshaping the woodland with every bite. Driven by instinct, dams rise, branch by branch, holding back the flow of water, transforming streams into still pools. With time, water slows, spreads, wetlands return. But so too do questions: what becomes of the land when rivers no longer run freely? For some, the return of the beaver feels less like restoration and more like intrusion. Fields cultivated for generations begin to drown. In the low-lying pastures of the countryside, even livestock are not immune. The waters, once controlled, now find new paths. A new kind of designer enters the scene: landscape architects, working not to control nature, but to collaborate with it, begin to shape solutions. But as the beaver changes the land, so do others. Invasive plants like Himalayan balsam quickly exploit these newly opened niches, spreading unchecked. And more sinister still, Japanese knotweed, a plant so aggressive it breaks through concrete, takes root in the chaos of disturbance. To stay ahead of invasion, timing is everything. Landscape architects work with local hands to replant the land, using native species like reed mace and yellow flag iris. These are not just plants but early allies, restoring structure, shade and shelter before invasive species can take hold. And through shared design, even the most practical landscapes, rills and pastures, are reimagined. Gentle slopes slow the water and carry new hope downstream. With every dam they build, beavers do more than reshape the land. They catch plastic, debris and sediment, filtering the flow, quietly cleaning our waterways. The wetlands they create slow the flood, soak the excess, and recharge the land beneath. As the land heals, life returns. Great crested newts, once threatened, find refuge in quiet pools. The elusive snipe, long absent, steps cautiously back into the marsh. This new mosaic of life strengthens the old one. Biodiversity brings resilience, controlling pests, enriching soil, pollinating crops. What began with the beaver now supports the whole. One builds with instinct, the other with intention. Yet both, beaver and landscape architect, shaped the world through water, carving possibility from constraint. Together they form an unlikely alliance, one ancient, one modern, a partnership not of control, but of choreography, where the wild leads and the human learns to follow.